Hola, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Uh, there's a lot on TV last night. Oh
It
my
was too much on
God.
TV last night.
I didn't get to bed until after 1:30. I don't
Yeah,
know why I
I
did that
was. I
since
couldn't do it.
I recorded everything on Bravo, but then I waited till after TLC to then go and watch Bravo. That was just so dumb.
You can't help it because you don't. You feel like you don't want to miss. You feel like you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. Oh, and kudos. You were right. I watched the premiere episode of Atlanta.
Hmm.
I don't want to say it was boring, but it was boring. Uh,
It was.
I, sh-
It was
I
kind of a
shouldn't say
thriller.
boring. But how could they do that? Like, why would you put on like filler like material for your premiere episode? Like,
Because like
this
all.
really makes me think like how little content they have for the whole season.
But remember before, even before the season started, remember they were talking like the vlogs were talking about how they didn't have like much content without
Hmm.
the stripper gate. They wouldn't have that much content. Like they really didn't know what they were gonna do. So like they just felt like, okay, look, at least with the stripper we have something.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it's like they said it was it the date. I want to say the Daily Peak report. They said like, look, the first four episodes are gonna be kind of dry, and then it kind of picks up around. I want to say what episode 8 to 10. I think they said, and then it gets better from
Hmm.
there. I'm like, okay. And I agree with Ryan. Corona did ruin their season, but even without Corona, they said they didn't have much content, so they know what they were gonna do. So it was. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Kim's looking into her divorce, which she should have done before she got married, but we'll digress. Um, Portia's out there on the front lines doing her thing. It was cool to see like parts about her grandfather. That was really really cool. I like that a lot.
Hmm.
And Candy was Candy. Cynthia was Cynthia. Cynthia showed us Lake Bailey again. She's happy to be back.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much what I got from it. There wasn't much there.
I'll tell you what I took from this episode. I took from this episode the birth of Portia as a woman and as
Okay.
somebody who's interesting. Like, I really think she's finally found her groove and she has hit her stride. Like, she was finally interesting because she found like her purpose,
Hmm.
and quite honestly, I think this was the birth of the new queen of this particular franchise. And
Yeah,
then
I agree.
yeah, and I saw a little piece of it was my first time watching it. Is it called the chat room or something like
The chat
that?
room. You're right.
Um she's come a long way from her asking about where are the stops on the Underground Railroad.
Right.
Because I saw a little interaction between her and Giselle regarding the altercation on Potomac. And she argued her point very well and held her ground over green-eyed bandit bully Giselle. I
Yeah,
was very
Portia's
proud
not.
of her.
Yeah, Portia's not one to back down. She not afraid.
Hmm. Loved
She's
it.
not
But yeah,
afraid.
I was kind of disappointed.
Well,
Sorry.
I can't say I was disappointed because I kind of felt like this is going. I went into this the first four episodes like, okay, there's not gonna be much here, until we meet the new girls, and then I think once we meet the new girls and get to know them a little bit, then the show will start to take off. I think just for now they're just doing a little catch up rehash. So I'm kind of okay with this because I knew what this was gonna. Oh, sorry, this was gonna be going in.
Okay, so do we want to say hi to all of the chatsters?
Yeah, I'll let you do that this time.
Yeah. Who, me? Oh, hey. Hey, Trey. Hi, Ayin. Jamal, why are you up in there already? Dark Lily, Silent Says. Oh, that's a pretty name. Gina Maxey, Ryan Rounds, Black Lavender, Soapnut Kathy. Let's see. Simply Simone. Hey, girl. Haven't seen you in a while. Queen B. Let's see. JC Bear. Silent says. Who have I missed? Gina Maxey. Forgive me if I said your name twice. I'm getting old. Hey, Pearl. Ebony Dix. I love these names. Everybody is so creative except for me. Ablavi. Warning, Kenya Moore fans. Warning. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, Amy Davis, aka Big Red. I think we've got everybody in so far. As you enter the chat, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're going to be adding more content. So, oh, and don't forget to share our channel with your friends who like disorganized chaos, chaotic commentary. I think that's what we do here. All right, Jamal. This was the season finale of Real Housewives of Potomac, season 5, episode 19, Deck the Halls with Drama.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
This is very. You kind of knew what it was gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm okay with that. I like
Mm-hmm.
seeing Juan and Robin go to therapy. I think it was very good for them. Like we can see they're
Mm-hmm.
still holding on to some issues. It's just like I think Juan said what he needed to say. He was very open, but I kind of felt like where he owned his part pretty much in full, Robin still didn't own her part. Like because when he said like we both made mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
like he's like okay, like I've admitted mine, I need you to make yours, but she just didn't do it. So I was kind of disappointed in that. So I
Mm-hmm.
expected when since he was so open, I was like, look, this is what happened. He's when he said others, I'm like, okay, that lets me know something. And he was putting it all out there. I felt like she really didn't want to put her stuff out there because she would look bad. But like, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay for him to look bad in front of everyone, but it's not okay for you. I don't think that's fair.
I noticed a pattern with Robin. You saw when the scene opened up and the therapist, asked the question. Robin automatically went, well, he was the one who cheated. Like she's been resting on that one aspect of their relationship this whole time. And I was so proud of Juan for opening his mouth and saying, it was two
Mm-hmm.
of us here. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
cheated, but I cheated because what I needed, I wasn't getting at home.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs to take ownership for that. And
Right.
and a lot of times when women have children, because I could see Ashley falling into this if she had a real marriage with Michael. Um, putting all of their time and energy into their kids and forgetting their spouse. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that might have been the issue. And I think Juan is a very open and expressive and loving man.
Yes.
But he, like he said, I left because my needs weren't being fulfilled and you built a wall. And he's been trying to climb that wall for the longest time. You know what I mean? I agree with you. She needs to take ownership for her part of the marriage failure. She really does, and stop always, pointing the finger at him because it's just the easiest thing for her to do.
Right. And it was interesting. Like I think she complained a little bit about him traveling, but it's like, okay, like, but him traveling for what he does, being an NBA, afforded you a very comfortable lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So you weren't complaining when he was bringing them NBA checks home. You you can't you can't complain about the travel when you know you're marrying an NBA player. You know travel's kind of part
Yeah.
of it. Like he can't just
Mm-hmm.
play only home games. That's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think really that should be on the table. I think what she should have addressed, like, hey, like when you the times you were home, I felt you were emotionally distant. I felt you really didn't help me with the kids as much as I felt you needed to. Things of that nature.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
say it's the travel. Just say like, hey, when you were here, not
Mhm.
working, what doing like what they don't play normally during the summer, like you really weren't helping. That's the way I would. That's just the way I would have handled it.
It's true. It's true. But again, this goes back to like what I said. I feel she's just fallen into this rut of just blaming him for the extramarital affairs.
Hmm.
Um, and I will give her credit. I didn't realize her two kids were that close. They're like less than 2 years apart or something like that. That's
Right. That's a
rough.
yes.
That's
Yes.
rough.
Right.
Like
I
you
was
barely got used to having the first one, then the second one comes along, and like you got two kids in Pampers under the age of two. Like, ooh, cheers to Robin for that.
right. A couple people I know they like look we spaced our kids out on purpose. Like they had the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and then they waited until the
Get.
first child was in the first grade to where they
Mm-hmm.
could do sleepovers and stuff, and then they have the second child. And then they did the same thing with their third child. So they're all spaced out basically what 6 years apart. Basically first grade, first grade, first grade. How they timed it out.
Mm-hmm.
They knew they couldn't handle like having like two or three kids all within the same age range. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, at least my mom says, at least get one out of nappies first before you think about getting the next one. My God, like kudos to her for doing that. That
Mm,
to me sounds really rough, and I don't know anything about
mm-hmm.
raising kids, but that sounds horrific. But yeah, I was glad that, like, for once, that was a therapy session to me that seemed to have accomplished at least a
Yeah,
little something.
right. I think when it comes down to a failed marriage, it's both people played a part in it, and I think it's okay for each person to say what they were missing, what was lacking, but both need to take accountability. That's where I struggle with most people who break up. One always wants to blame the other. It's like, no,
Mhm.
you both need to tell the other person what you felt they did wrong, but then you both need to hold your own selves accountable for what you did wrong as well.
Mhm.
I don't like the blaming of one side or the other. Like, well, no, you both played a part in it. Now, but I do feel, but in my personal opinion, if you look at marriages who marriages that don't work out,
Uh-huh.
you typically don't see men take the role Juan did. Most times it's the men who just blame everything on the woman. Well, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, blah 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 blah. But in this case, you see a refreshing side to where the man actually stepped in and said, like, "Hey, I
Mm,
was young, I
he
messed
owned
up,
it shit.
blah 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 blah." He owned
Mhm.
it, and I was so happy to see him do
Mhm.
that. So that's just my whole thing.
And he gave a justification for why, like a cause and effect, you
Hmm.
know? You know, emotionally you were unavailable here, so
Hmm.
I found somebody who was open and receptive in more ways
Right.
than one.
That's why
Kudos
communication
for him.
is. That's why I believe in open communication. When I say open communication, I mean very open communication,
Mhm.
very honest communication. Don't try to like don't mess up and then try to like, why I did this because they're like no, it's your if you're feeling a certain way, it's your responsibility to communicate that to whoever you're with.
Mhm.
No one's Miss Cleo, no one's a mind reader. Nostradamus is not walking through the door anytime soon, so it's your responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I also saw in this episode, because this is the most we've ever seen of Juan,
Hmm.
at least from me that I can remember. Um, you could tell Juan is just not comfortable on camera showing his business. So I had to give him like props for doing a therapy session. Um, Most times I think he's very disengaged from Robin. At
Hmm.
times I felt like he didn't even like her as a person. And I
Right.
mean, this is going throughout all five seasons.
Hmm.
Um, how do I put this? When he knows and is aware that the camera's on him, he's
Hmm.
very cold and remote.
Hmm.
But like when they were dancing and he was like watching Robin have a really good time, finally I saw somebody who actually looked like they liked Robin.
Well, he's just very aware of the cameras, and he doesn't like the cameras. He doesn't want to be. He just. I don't think he likes being on camera. To be completely honest,
Mm-hmm.
I think he strikes me as a very private person. He wants to. He wants to be like away from the cameras. So it's just not his. It's not his thing. So he just. That's why he comes across that way. And I think he's holding on to resentment for to Robin about the financial situation. Um. Yeah, I think that's a big one for him. Like, and I understand it to a degree because coming where he comes from and how he grew up, like to lose that much money is like to him is like he just couldn't handle it. Especially like you worked so hard to get where you are to get that money, and to just have it basically thrown away is like it was tough. So he's definitely holding on resentment for that.
Wait, hold on. Somebody asked a question. Rusty Toddler. Such a shame. What a way to begin your life together for the second time. And then Jamal. To follow up on Rusty Toddler's question, do you think it has something to do with Michael? I hope I have the right comments highlighted.
So Rusty asked me if I thought Juan was cheating. I
Mm-hmm.
said yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the follow up is like, do you think it has something to do with Michael? Partially, I think Michael plays a small part in it, but based on some of the blogs that are out there, they were talking about Michael has a girlfriend. So, not Michael, they said Juan has like a girlfriend or two out there somewhere. So, yeah,
Well,
that was
old habits die hard.
right, right. So, yeah, I think,
Oh,
I think initially that Juan had a side girl or two,
uh-huh.
but then him and Michael became close, and then maybe Michael filled in for the side chicks when the side chicks weren't available. Something in that range.
See, I have a theory on this. Okay. I think Juan and Michael, like Juan just takes Michael as he is and he
Hmm.
doesn't care. He realizes his scallywag behavior and it's just like, okay, well do you. I don't care. I don't have anything to say about it. Who am I to judge? Like I've been there, done that.
I have another
And
theory. You just brought something in my head, but finish.
okay. So then Michael is like, "Oh my god, this guy is like so like he gets me. He gets me." And so they go and they do their dirty together, not together, but like go and talk about girls or go and, do the deed with other women or whatever. Juan is okay with going and cheating on Robin with other women along with Michael as his buddy. But I think Michael has developed a sort of infatuation that Juan is really not seeing or reciprocating. And he
Hmm.
feels possessive of Juan
Hmm.
because out of all
Okay,
of the men, he's the only one who accepts his behavior.
got it. Can you highlight Ryan's last comment, please? Because that's exactly where I was
Right.
going.
This one? No.
Yes,
Wait. Yes?
yes, yes.
Okay.
That's where I was going.
Okay. Michael Juan had a threesome with a side piece. I'm just like, you see, I can see that because I think they've indulged each other in their peculiarities. But
Yes.
I think Michael has developed an affection for
Hmm.
Juan and his sausage. Um, that I don't think Juan is even aware of.
Right. They just like okay, we cool. We
Mhm.
does okay in the chat? Does anyone watch Love and Hip Hop New York?
I
Real quick.
haven't for a long time. Oh,
Do you remember the group of Peter Guns, um, DJ, I think DJ Self, Cisco, and Rich Dollars, the Creep
yeah,
Squad? Do you remember that?
yeah, yeah.
That's probably that's what Juan and Michael are. They're the Creep, the Creep Squad of
Oh my
Potomac.
God. That's so, that's just so gross. Ew. Okay. But that puts it into perfect perspective for me. And the only reason why I say like Michael is a bit possessive of Juan. Remember when he had the altercation with Chris, and he was very upset. Juan came to calm him down. He even got angry at Juan.
Right.
I think he was dead hurt.
Oh yeah, he was devastated.
He was dead hurt.
Devastated and
Oh,
drunk. Devastated
wow.
and drunk.
Yeah,
Um,
bad combination. Bad
right,
combination.
right.
But I think he came there with bad intentions because he had the hint from Ashley what was going down. He was not here for it at all. And when he finally got confirmation from what's Wendy's husband's name? Eddie. You know, he asked Eddie, did she say yes? Did she say yes? And Eddie was like, she got the ring on her finger or some nonsense like that. His face, he was just crestfallen.
He was.
So
He
pathetic.
was. It was sad.
Yeah.
What else? What else was? Sharice was there, not getting paid. That confused me. Okay. She doing what she's trying to get on that show.
She is.
She
It's
trying,
it's comical now. It really
and
is.
she got on the camera. So
And
okay,
Bravo
look,
immediately put her off and told her go get a drink.
that was so cold how they did her like that. I felt almost bad for her, almost. But I mean, just give it up. Your time is over. It's done.
I
Leave
think
them
they did
not
that to
playing.
her because she's tried it so many times that
Hmm.
we're not going to be nice to you anymore. We're going to be shady. Like all they
Right.
needed to do was to bring a snippet of T'Challa in there saying something gross,
Something
just to
shady.
even really, yeah, to really highlight how stupid she's being. Like, are you that desperate? Or-
She's trying. I mean, and the funny thing is, like, the only reason they took her off the show is because she wouldn't give any details about her personal life. So it's like, okay, Cherise, like, and I was just so confused why they had her there. But her and Robin have been friends for a long time, so it makes sense that Robin would invite her. So I was okay with it. I mean,
And
Karen, go ahead.
didn't the husbands play in the NBA at the same time or no?
Eddie Jordan was a coach, and
Oh,
then
okay, okay.
he was a coach. He was the head coach of Washington Wizards. If I recall, well, he got fired, and I
Mhm.
think when she was on the show, he was the
He
head
was
coach
in
at Rutgers.
Jersey. Yeah,
Rutgers.
yeah.
He was head coach at Rutgers. Got the tour. And she belongs at the bar with driveway.
Oh my
That's
Lord.
so cold. Oh,
Eddie
that's so cold. That's so
was a
cold.
coach and Juan was a
And
player.
Juan was a
Okay.
player.
Thank you. As you can tell, I don't follow basketball at all.
Love
So
basketball.
I
Love
need all the
NBA.
help I can get. Um, I want to ask you about, okay, take into an account of the holiday party
Okay.
and Ashley and Michael's behavior from start to finish. I
Ooh,
have serious
something
concerns.
just came in my head. But go ahead.
Uh-huh. I have serious concerns. Like, I don't think that is. I'm I'm concerned for her.
Ashley,
Yeah.
I would be too, but I do like in the whole scope of everything. So I'm not gonna read too much into the situation because Michael was drunk. So and he was distraught. So I'm going to give a slight pass on this one. So I'm not too concerned with her because Michael does not strike me as a violent man. Had we seen patterns of this before, I would have understood I could understand the concern, and you have taken account that Chris technically put hands on him too. So someone you lose your best buddy. We'll put it that way. Um, you're you're drunk. and somebody put hands on you. Put all those three things together. I can give you a pass. Now, I'm gonna. Do we? How can I put this? Do we think that maybe Ashley, Juan, and Michael might have had like a little threesome situation?
Wait, what?
Do we ever think that maybe there's a possibility that Ashley, Michael, and Juan had a situation of some sort? To whether
With
she
Ashley,
would.
no.
No, I mean
I
maybe Ashley was the wing woman, and they went out, had some fun. Maybe Ashley wasn't directly involved, but she could have been the wing woman to pick up maybe another girl for them, and then maybe
Yeah, but
Ashley
then
had a thing with
Ashley's
the
gonna
one.
want in on that woman. Because remember her
No, I'm saying
dynamic with,
right. I'm saying what I'm
yeah.
saying is like Ashley found the woman for Juan and Michael, but then Ashley and Michael took the woman and had their own little thing to the side. Okay, everyone say no. I'm reaching. Okay, just a thought, guys.
Yeah, I she's open, but I don't think she that wide open.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, I think her little nastiness that she has with Michael is with
Mm,
Michael and her and whatever random girl they
randoms.
pick up.
Okay, no friends.
Um,
Got it.
I think I don't think she's ever delved into a man. I think it's always been a
Mm,
woman
woman.
with
Okay,
Michael. Michael goes,
fair.
if there are men involved, I think Michael does that on his own.
Got it. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Gotcha. The threesome with Juan and Michael, yes, but actually was just the women. Got it. Makes complete
Yeah,
sense. Okay, perfect.
I think that's their agreement. And I think Michael breaks that agreement by going with women without telling her and without her being there. And I
Hmm.
think if he explores into men, I don't think he has her permission for that either. Because usually when
Gotcha.
you're in those kind of thruples, they're
Hmm.
ground rules. And I think he
Okay.
breaks them a lot.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Now reading the comments, listening to you. So yeah, that makes. I like to look at all avenues, even the wild ones. Just
Hmm.
whatever pops in my head. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
because they did.
yes. And Michael is a whole freak where you could get really deep into the weeds with him because I think all options are possible for him. Um,
Exactly.
but I think he's had to reel it back because of the show.
Right. But moving on from this topic, what
Uh-huh.
are your thoughts about um their like Karen being late? We know
Hmm.
we said we all know she was late. She said why she was late, and the
Hmm.
ladies are just being really rude to her. And then Robin saying like, "Well, I really don't want her here anyway." I'm like, that's kind of rude. I mean, I get that. I get that you're upset with her for like basically leaving y'all in
Hmm.
her own event, but to say like you don't want her there, I mean, you know, I just kind of thought that
Robin
was rude.
Robin's had a hard on for Karen this whole season. And
Mm,
Karen has managed to outmaneuver her and slam her several
mm-hmm,
times, and she hasn't had a comeback. So, of
mm-hmm.
course, she's going to default to, I never really wanted her here anyway.
Okay.
Girl, we know you don't like Karen. You have critiqued her for being old. You've tried to make her feel less than. You're questioning her being on the fence, with this whole fighting drama. Like, we get it, Robin. We get it. I feel like whatever issue you have with Karen, because I haven't seen anything valid why she should be upset with Karen this season.
Well, she doesn't
Like,
match. Well, the whole season, no, but Karen was shady towards her. Um, this last, what was it? The last episode about the whole mentioning Juan and blah 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 blah. So I can see her being mad
right.
about that.
But I feel Karen responds to what is given to her.
Fair,
you know
fair.
like and she's talked out that woman's business. Don't forget what she said when Karen was drunk and she said that she didn't like her husband's peen. Remember that conversation
Yeah.
that she had?
Mm,
Like, it just seems like she has something like an axe to grind with Karen, but I don't understand what it is.
Right.
Maybe she needs to open her mouth and tell us. Hopefully that'll
It,
come out at the reunion.
right. And I think if we're being honest, like Karen really, she even admitted in an interview saying that she really wasn't her real self these first four seasons, and this season she was just actually
Mhm.
herself. So the women have become accustomed to her acting in a certain way, but now she's being more assertive. They're not liking it.
Well, hard cheese.
No, true.
Yeah, like okay, so you're one way on the TV show. They had to have known what she was like in real life before this,
Exactly.
unless
They've been
they
friends
weren't
with
friends.
Giselle and Karen seem to have the longest friendship of any of them, because she's like,
Mhm.
I don't even recognize this woman I've known for years, like pre-show. And Karen's always said like, I've known Giselle pre-Housewives.
Mhm.
So this person I'm completely confused about. So I get that.
I just get the feeling that Robin was trying to secure her next season by picking on who she thought was the next weakest link behind Candace. Because was it she who said that Monique attacked Candace because she was the littlest one and the easiest
Hmm.
one to beat or something like that?
Hmm.
So if you're saying that about somebody else, why can't we apply that same theory to you? Let's go
Right.
after the senior citizen of the group,
Right.
you
Exactly.
know?
But I think as long as Giselle is on that show, Robin's gonna be on that show too. So
When
I
did
mean,
Giselle become head of casting?
well, it's because Giselle, but I think basically Giselle is like the messy one. We know she keeps the show going, but Giselle is not one to really stand on her own. Like
So she needs her
she
thug
she needs a
bodyguard.
support. We'll call it a support system. So you know, and Robin's that for Giselle. So to keep Giselle pretty much, as you could say, happy or comfortable, you keep Robin around. So that's what that's about. Robin's like kind of like Cerberus, and she's guarding Giselle with her life. So
Oh
it's
my
a mutually
God.
beneficial situation.
Okay. There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about, just going back to the therapy sessions, because there were quite a few therapy sessions. Monique goes to a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
um, one of Ashley's recommendations. What did you think about her session with the therapist and
Mm-hmm.
then her confessional responses?
So the therapy session I thought was good.
Mhm.
I could understand um, where she was coming from in regards to her upbringing, because where I went to school, which is all Berkeley, California schools, like it was a melting pot, but we started understanding race when we got to high school. That because in Berkeley, you start at one elementary school, then you all go to the next fourth, fifth, and sixth grade school, and then the fourth, fifth, and sixth grades come together at the two. We had two junior highs, so either King or Willard. You went to one of those two, and from there, everyone went either to a private high school, or most of us wound at Berkeley High School. So yeah, that's when you start learning about races, because that's where like you get so many other different backgrounds coming together, because they all came from coming from different schools at the beginning. So I understand where she's coming from, because I've seen people. I used to see kind of the bullying, that particular type of bullying happen, and I would be like, why are you doing that? They're a person. I didn't understand it, but as I was started learning, like, oh, okay, wow, this is why you do this. You're wrong, but this is why you do this. And
Mhm.
then, what part of her confessional are you referring to? Just so I have a reference point. I'm sorry.
Um, the one, oh my God. the one where she was talking about, okay, I am remorseful for my actions, but I'm not sorry for defending myself. And
Okay.
then like everybody was like critiquing the laugh afterwards, but I did hear, I think it was in All About the Tea, someone says she always laughs at her own jokes or something.
She does.
So,
She's always done that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I she did apologize, but she felt she was defending herself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna say this. I like Monique a lot. Actually, she's probably my favorite on the show outside of Cam. But you can't lash out in that manner. Um, you walk away. Had Candace put hands on you, that's a whole different ballgame to me. But
Mm-hmm.
Candace didn't put hands on her, and this is why there was more. Like I said, this is more. This is a buildup of situations over
Mm-hmm.
time, and the both of them just never like sat down and hashed it out, and that's just the biggest crux. Um,
Mm-hmm.
from what I've heard, like I guess they tried mediation before the
Mm-hmm.
show, before the season, and it didn't work. So they pretty much at that point, I think at that point, that situation was pretty far gone. But
Mm-hmm.
they've already signed a contract. They have to film the show.
Right.
So at that point, every every little thing is going to irritate the other person. It's
Uh-huh.
just um, the things that Monique found out were very hurtful to her, so she was just more apt to jump on somebody.
Speaking of confessionals, I swear this is my last question to you because
Mm-hmm.
I've already dropped the link. Um, the two confessionals, the confessional of them explaining why the charges were dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Monique's was vastly different from what's she name? Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Or was I hearing that wrong?
So
Like
I remember Monique's was like it was a two people getting in a fight.
mutually
That
consenting fight or something like that.
mutual consenting adults, basically.
Oh,
And what was Candace's version? I
because
missed
of
that part.
reality TV. She said because of reality TV that's why it was dismissed. Like I didn't get it. They sounded so different.
Yeah, Candace is going to keep up this quote unquote victim narrative. So yes, she's going to say that. I'm going to go with Monique's version because it was basically y'all both was fighting. Basically, at the end of the day, y'all both was fighting. So his case has no grounds. And I'm sure it's also because they saw the real unedited footage.
Haha. So you agree with me that there's like additional footage.
Oh, there has to be additional footage. I no doubt in my
Okay.
mind.
Okay. All right. All right. So we've got Gata Tua in the back. Let's bring her up. Hello, my lovely. Nice to see you.
Hi, how
Good. How are you
all
today?
of you have got to be working overtime today? I can't.
Mm. What were your impressions of
So,
the finale?
thank God. Before I get to that, I'm saying thank God I had
Mhm.
took a nap because I think I woke up shady today. So, like, warning, I'm about to be very shady today. So, where do I start? Now, for the let I'll come back.
I think Gatatua
It
is
was frozen.
freezing up. Yeah. We're having a few connection
I'm,
issues.
I'm f-
You're back?
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, the proposal. That proposal was very interesting. Like, I feel we got a proposal so that next year we have a storyline of there's going to be a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then We don't get a wedding. Instead, we get another separation. And then the other season, the follow-up season, we get another proposal. So be ready with your fingers to get more rings on it. Because I'm ready. Like we already got the big ring, so I don't know what we're gonna get next.
I have a question for both
So
of
I'm
you.
ready for the rings.
I have a question.
But
I have a
however,
question. I have a question. So, do you guys
yes,
did you guys find Juan's proposal a little awkward?
I think he's uncomfortable, like we
exactly.
said, in front of the
Okay.
cameras.
Okay. That's what. Okay.
And then, like, I think he's a shy person. So he was in front of a big crowd. And like, he just doesn't want to be there, quite honestly. I think he would have done this at the drive-through at McDonald's, and
No.
it would have
No.
been easier for him.
Not McDonald's. Wendy's. I'm sorry. I need
When
Wendy's. But okay.
whatever.
But okay. But okay. Okay. Or Dunkin'
What do
Donuts or
you
something.
think got to what do you think got to Tua? Go ahead, got to Tua.
He's not awkward. He just doesn't want to marry that girl. This I'm sorry. Let me just sort out my
Oh
network, then I
no.
come back.
Okay,
He's
Oh
trying
call
to
no.
kill
back.
Okay.
me.
hmm Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. I just think he's, like you said, he just doesn't want any part of being on anybody's film
Hmm.
documenting his business. And
Got it. Okay.
I also like, from, if we go back to the therapy session, I got a tinge of him having a sense of obligation. Like Robin and those kids are a sense of obligation or a debt owed,
Hmm.
because she and her family took him in at a time of his life where he had lost everything. And
Hmm.
he did admit that Robin always has his back.
Right. Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, and that's why I feel like it's a sense of obligation. Maybe that's why I don't ever sense like any real sizzling or
Right.
fizzling like chemistry between the two of them.
Hmm. Quick note. Bobby wants to know, when are we doing Atlanta? Hey, Bobby, we've done Atlanta, but we can go back towards the end and just wrap the show up with that if you like. No problem. But back to Juan. It's just, I would love. I think they could really get past all of their issues. Um, they will be so good. You know what I mean? Like, if they
Yeah.
just like really put like, hey Robin, like here's the situation. Like, I'm still mad at you for losing the money. I'm mad at you that like you have these taxes. Get that together,
Mhm.
and then like Robin can be like, I want you to be there more. I want you to be there present, like emotionally, physically, and just really put those issues on the table. They could be really, really like a good couple, and they would get
Mhm.
that really romantic energy back. I think they just need to get past those issues and but really talk about them in an honest light, not a veiled like, well, like no, just put it on the table. If you're gonna like get married a second time and do it right, they have to do that. They have to get past those issues.
Mhm. Mhm. What was it that
Hi,
you
can you
asked us
hear me
before?
now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just want Jamal to say his question over again. I can't remember.
Oh, I got into it. Did you find Juan's proposal a little awkward? And if you did, why?
Yes, I found it awkward. One, yes, he might be commercial, I granted, but I don't
Okay.
think he wanted to actually go forward with the proposal. I feel like Giselle forced the proposal on him for her. And I feel he's doing it
Mm,
just for the sake of doing it and securing some money to pay some IRS bills. I don't feel
mm-hmm,
he wanted to actually do the proposal to begin with. Because he looks like
mm,
that person
okay.
who if he wanted to actually propose, they would have gone somewhere or redo their whole at the bar, whatever scenario, whatever they were doing that was. I think maybe he would have proposed then.
Got it. No, that
Hmm.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So then, Wendy. Wendy, for the first time, I loved Wendy. The way she was all up,
Hmm.
all over the face.
When
Like that's a true.
when he proposed and she was screaming.
Right. I
I
was
Yes,
like,
thought
that's
that
okay.
was so genuine.
it's not even about a matter of genuine. That's a true African. Like we would even take
Oh,
over your party. We would be ululating and everything. We'll be screaming at the top of our voices. You'd think we are the ones who have been proposed to. Like if you gave her a
Oh,
few more
oh,
seconds,
okay.
if you gave her a few more seconds, you would have forgotten it was Robin's party. You would have thought it was hers. But we are good people
really?
like that. We are genuine
See,
people like
I
that.
thought she was just genuinely happy. Like, you don't see that much emotion on reality TV unless like it's an anger and then it's only for a paycheck. Like to me that came off like she was really so happy for Robin getting engaged. Cuz like remember at the beginning of the season the two of them had a good connection over their kids at the park. So that's
Hmm.
Here's
how I read it. Oh,
here's
I
my
didn't know
thing.
that.
Wendy was
I
just
don't
doing the most.
dispute that. I don't dispute that she was happy for her, but I'm saying that overly because that over emotion of
Mhm.
happiness, it's typical African. Like we over exaggerate good emotions. We ululate, we scream, we shout. It's like we've been touched by the spirits.
But here's the
Oh.
thing for me. Wendy, like, and Trace said it. Wendy was celebrating harder than any of the other ladies, and she's known Robin for the least amount of time. I was confused. I was right there. I'm like,
Oh.
man, you just met this woman. Like
We celebrate.
Giselle, go ahead.
But that's never stopped Wendy before. She's known these people for 5 seconds, but yet she's already taken Candace's side on things. Like I've just grown accustomed to it.
But
Yeah,
Candace
but
and Wendy were friends before the show, though.
but
Eh,
that's what I'm saying. Despite the fact that she's okay, yes, she overdoes everything, but also sometimes she tends to show her African culture from time to time, which kind of like sneaks out from time to time, whether she wants it to or not. And this time around, I was here for it. I was screaming with her, I was celebrating with her, but if you ask me what we were celebrating, I don't know. I just remembered, oh shoot.
Yeah, because Wendy was
That's all
acting
I
oh,
like
can say.
Wendy. Because Wendy was acting like she was getting engaged. So you would thought Juan proposed to her, and she's about to get married to Juan too. I'm like, ma'am, you more excited than Giselle and Robin put together. So, but I agree with
But
Ryan. Wendy wants to earn her spot for next season. That's all.
But at least
oh.
she did better than the rest of the ladies. If that celebration wasn't there, then we would have been all standing there awkwardly and wondering, okay, so what do we do next? Do we go for the drinks now or not yet?
You know why I liked it? Because she wasn't behind her camera phone doing this like everyone else was. She was in the moment celebrating and not recording it for her social media. I can appreciate a girl for being 100% there for what is taking place in the moment. It was refreshing.
And
Right.
I think also
Okay.
Kuch La Creme is also saying correct. Is also on the comment is also saying what I was about to say. She was earning some more degrees.
Oh my God. Is it true that she has a degree deodorant
Yes,
commercial
and
deal or
yes,
something like that?
yes, she
Good
does.
for
Yes, she
her.
does.
Right.
And I hope
That was
during I
cool.
hope during I hope during the reunion she's gonna bring all the 4 degrees and then she's gonna give us a few pieces. I'm taking the corner of the PhD. I asked for one corner of the PhD now that she said she's doing it for all of us Africans, for all of us black people. So I've booked the corner when she brings them to the reunion. Please. Dibs.
They will be there. They'll be in Monique's binder.
Yeah, that binder needs to be put somewhere so that the rest of the housewives can learn how to collect receipts. I hope it's just not for the sake of hype. I hope actually it brings something to the table.
I think it will because she's been ostracized the whole season. So she's had plenty of time to dig up dirt on everybody.
I
Okay,
think
so Karen
I
threatened Robin and exposing Juan, and Robin didn't fight back. Why? Oh, interesting. I think it. Well,
I responded to that. I said my thing is that I think
yeah.
If Robin had responded, it would have given Karen's comment validity, and she was not trying to have that out there.
Exactly. And then I feel like, why are we children that or are we like in high school or something that we have to choose sides? Like, I can have a friend and I know this one is too dramatic, that's Candice, and I know this one can be reasoned with. So the one who can be reasoned with, I can tell them come like 10 minutes, 30 minutes earlier, and they stay for 2 seconds even they've not taken the first sip of the champagne. I'm like, yo, you have to leave. And they leave. Because I know the dramatic one is coming through. And I don't want drama in my party. So Karen was not wrong. She was not trying to stop anything. She was just being a good friend, protecting both her friends, and not wanting to have a problem. But see, she ended up having KFC instead of having her dinner. She needs a refund.
Wow. So is there anything? Oh, wait. Okay, so with Karen coming late to the party, are we
I would
surprised that Karen is still holding strong in her defense of straddling the fence?
now, Debbie. I said today I woke up with my petty self. If I was Karen, I would have walked in with a train. I would have walked in with a choir. They would be singing my name. I would have walked in with peacocks, like so that I have arrived. Because you did me dirty earlier. Like you made me look old. I would have done the most. She was gracious. I wouldn't have been gracious like that. I would have done the most, I swear.
I think the fight kind of saved Karen in a way because I think if they had continued badgering her, I think she would have fallen. I do.
Yes. Yeah,
I
she
think
would
she would
have.
have fallen
Yeah.
because, and she's a woman that knows when to cut and run. She saw that fight break out. She
Mm-hmm.
was like, come on, Ray, we got to go. And she took her little senior citizen and they left. And good for
Exactly.
her.
And yeah, and I applaud her for that. She knows
Hmm.
when to stay, she knows when to validate a comment, and she knows when to walk away from it. And that's what makes her who she is. And that's why we love her. Because
Yeah.
she's not, because even with the whole Robin shenanigan, she didn't give it time of day because that was not anything that was supposed to be given time of day. Because Robin was looking for a storyline. Now that didn't pan out. She went ahead and did this whole proposal thing.
But she's got these women so off center. Like they cannot anticipate what Karen is going to do or say next. And it's been that way for the whole season. She needs to do a master class on Oprah's channel on how to outwit dodo birds that you're on a reality TV show with because
True.
she was masterful this season.
I agree. Then, Jamal, I asked you a question and you tried to run around it, but I think I'm going to say it and then hide my face.
Which question?
Michael and Juan.
I think I answered that though. I think. Oh, let me find
Now,
it. I don't think it. I don't think it's a full on affair. I think they play. I think they have fun together. But I don't think it's. I don't think it's a one. I don't think it's a one-on-one situation.
I think they were having fun together, and then Michael got a bit of allegedly Michael got a bit of too much of one, and then now he can't
Mm.
let go because his reaction was like a jilted lover. He was
Oh no,
too
I think we all said. I
pissed.
think we all said that. I think we all said that allegedly that they like Michael was in the feelings and like he acted like the jilted side piece. That's to me. That's the way I took it.
So I
I
think Michael has
That,
drunk from the fountain of one, and maybe one has drunk from the fountain of Michael,
I
and
thought
that's
you
what
said.
the
Oh, sorry.
problem is.
I thought you said Mondays was Kenya Moore. Warning, Kenya Moore Monday.
we
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 covered.
can
We
we
covered
can
Atlanta.
give you, yeah, we can give you your corner for warning Kenya Moore fans, warning.
No, we'll wait because I have some South Africa. It's interesting. But anyways, I just
Mhm.
wanted to say I don't know what you've been talking about, but Michael is gay. We're not going to play. He's not bi. He's not trying it out. He's gay. He's just from a particular time where you married woman. Because he talks too much about penis in his mouth to be straight. I'm sorry. You just don't.
Thank you, Ablavi. If I had said it, my people would have disowned me. So thank you.
He's not, and Ashley's a fool. Because if you're going to sit here, it's one thing to have a husband, that has a boyfriend. It's another thing for you to be on reality television and he's disrespecting you like this. I don't believe he's sleeping with no woman. I don't believe they have an open relationship. I believe he said, if you want a baby, I want some penis. And so that's their relationship. Now, for Robin, I don't really care about you and your man. But you know what? Quiet as it's kept. I always thought Robin was a lesbian because of that haircut. And I know that's ignorant.
I did too.
But that haircut. Ooh, I just don't like that haircut.
Which one? She changes her hair so frequently.
The short one.
The short one.
Oh, okay.
It's like Kate and Kate plus 8.
Yes, the up and down. Okay. Okay.
That haircut.
Mm-hmm.
That haircut drives me crazy. But I granted that she likes him and she just can't get over it. So we have to be, sitting here, getting the ring, pretending like there's going to be a marriage. I don't care. Next, we go on to Giselle. Giselle, it's time to invest in an interior decorator, a personal shopper, a stylist, a beautician, a makeup artist, and therapy.
And a hairdresser.
Yeah, it's time. It's time for you to get yourself together. Because if I have to see I don't know what is tackier, Giselle or Liberace. Like, it's so tacky and over the top and just spread with junk. Ooh,
Can she get a 2-in-1 coupon for all that?
I know. And then a flea market is more organized than her house. But anyways, we're going to move on to the Grand Dame. Karen, you see, this is my friend used to tell me this. You're going to pay either on the front end or the back end. And you paid on the back end. You married an old man, and it was fun when you was in your 20s getting it. But now you in your 40s having, your wine years. And nothing wrong with that, Karen. But Ray is an old man. His thing don't go like it used to. So you need to hire help for that. There are some escorting services in the DC area that will help you out with getting your background out. Because if Ray does it, he might die. And just enjoy yourself. Next. Who's next? Wendy. Wendy, girl, we tried. We tried to like you. But honey, just like how nobody liked college, we liked the partying of college, but going to class and doing papers and exams wasn't fun. It's the same way it's not fun when we talk about you in those 4 degrees. I'm going to need you to get some activism. I'm going to need you to either be an activist like Portia's trying to be, either get your reads down like Kenya Moore or something, because I'm not going to go through this next season with 4 degrees and how you were just the grandest of all. They should have gone to Nigeria and they should have showed out, have a trip, spend it like see some champagne.
Yes. And then meet up with Michael from 90 Day.
No. We wanted
No, Debbie, no. Michael, no.
And if they met with Michael, Angela would have a heart attack.
Debbie, warning. Warning. Don't mention Michael. We disowned him.
And then, who's the last one? Oh, Ashley.
Charisse. You're forgetting Charisse, though, the one who doesn't want to let go of the relationship.
Did I get Ashley? No, I got Michael. Let's get to Ashley.
Ashley, yes.
Ashley. You know what I'm going to need you to do? Because I've been talking about people's hair. Ashley could use a comb, too. Now, just because you got that 3C hair, don't mean a comb can't go through it. I am sick and tired of Ashley always looking like she got out of the shower, then it was humid outside, like she lives in Florida. It is time to get your products together. I am tired of it. It is time to get you need a beautician as well. You need to have somebody, a life coach, to get your life together. Either stay married, either let your man cheat in peace, or divorce him and get you a little summer home. And also another thing, why are they still in the condo? That condo looks tight. It doesn't look like, penthouse. Either get you a penthouse, get you better living, girl. You got this whole gay husband embarrassing you out in these streets and you're not going to live lavishly? No.
Oh my
We don't do that.
God.
She
Wait,
better
so
get
you
her.
didn't like her ponytail at the last scene?
No. Ashley, to me, like her hair, Ashley likes doing her hair by herself, but her hair don't like that.
But wait, was her ponytail better than Giselle's ponytail?
Of course, because Giselle,
Okay.
Of course.
Giselle just takes the mop and then throw it on her head. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to give Ashley credit for something.
No, listen, Ashley has a beautiful curl pattern. It's she, her hair is cute and stuff like that. But a comb needs to go through it, sweetheart. You need to get your things up. Now we're gonna go to Candace. Candace, I really starting to wish Monique really whipped your behind because you seem to not get it. All she did was give you a little tussle, a little 1-2. I think you need to have bandages on to really understand what getting that pop. You acting like you were fighting gays.
Especially on her lips so that she's not able to move them.
You acting like you were at the James, what is his name? That YouTuber that beat the other YouTuber. You acting like she KO'd you in the restaurant. Relax. Like your mouth has consequences. And you should be happy you in Potomac. Because if Portia got her hands on you, it'd be a different story. You might have had to go ahead and take a little hospital visit. I understand she shouldn't have put her hands on you. I understand it's not nice, but it's not nice for my ears to keep hearing it. And now we get down to Monique. Monique, I wanted to ride for you. I wanted you to win this season. But this is the problem I have with Monique. You're Bougetto like Phaedra. You want to be all high and mighty when you talk to the other girls about what you have. But then, honey, Monique from the block comes out when everybody starts turning it out for the girls. Now, Monique, I understand not everybody has a mouth like mine. But let me tell you what you do. You go to the beauty shop and you start to listen to people read and drag. No. You can't get somebody to get your hair done at home because you need to learn the reading. You go to the beauty shop, you go to the church because church people read you for filth. And you get it together and you start taking some notes and, putting it together. And honey, in 2 seasons, you'll be ready to play because these girls are vicious. And you can't just be smacking them up because one day you're going to catch somebody's hands that's going to make you see, fireworks. You got to cut it out.
Okay, so we got Potomac out the way. No lies were really told in the lobby statement. So I want to hear what you have to say with Atlanta.
Okay.
Wait, warning.
Wait, I'm laughing. Like, Jamal, hold your hair. Hold your hair again. This is me being an African auntie. You wasted my time. I need a refund.
About what?
Seriously.
I told y'all. Hold on, I told y'all hey, I put out several disclaimers about Atlanta. I said it through live. They said the people said it's gonna be the first 4 episodes are gonna be dry. It's been out there before the season started. When Strippergate came out, they said, look, the first 4 seasons is real dry. And then we get to meet the new girls slowly through the season, and then around episode 8 to 10, I think they said they picked up. So I didn't waste your time. I told you not to tune into episode 5.
You gave me a semblance of hope, and I went in with like, I'm doing this for
Hold
Jamal.
up, Debbie.
Debbie.
What hope was given? What hope was given within the first 4 episodes?
We said we are going in to assess, and I don't think we needed to go anywhere. We should have slept.
You know what it is? We heard what you said, Jamal. But deep down in my little itty bitty old withered soul, I said, oh my God, maybe something will happen. Something it's the first show. And so my little withered soul sat there and watched it and was like, wait, what?
You know what happened? Okay. You know what they did? Here's what they did. They thought showing Portia and her activism was going to carry the whole episode. I think that's what they really were banking on with this first episode. And it didn't happen because we got Kenya going to the divorce lawyer, something she should have been done before she got married. Kelly didn't do nothing. Cynthia, we just seen
Oh,
like
wait.
Bailey.
I thought we were reading. I thought we were given the warning to read.
No,
I
no,
gave
no,
a
no,
general
no,
warning.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I gave a
It's for
general warning for all of Atlanta fans.
It's Jamal is still
I,
trying to redeem himself for doing what he
You
did to
can't
me,
blame him though.
bringing
I
out
gave I gave no hope.
bringing out my
I gave no.
African auntie in
Well,
me. I'm
listen.
like, Jama, hold
This
your hair.
this is what you have to think though. It's making Salt Lake City not look as boring. That's what it's doing.
Uh-oh. That's fair.
That's fair. Like Salt Lake City, that episode was better than Atlanta. Atlanta's first episode was horrendous.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
for a
so
season opener.
Yeah, it was very poor for a season opener.
And then this
But
is the other thing. I don't understand why the new people aren't on the first episode.
Yes.
that was my thing.
Because I thought they were going to come in kicking doors, breaking glasses, everything, Then we hate them because they came too hard. But now, Jamal, you owe me.
Yeah, I think they made a mistake not bringing the girls in, the new girls in first. So I get that.
No, but if we go, okay, so let's read Atlanta. Let's start off the beginning. Here we go. We're gonna bring the two new girls because they haven't gone in yet. Let's start with Drew Sidora.
Who is
Cute name. We're gonna get to that. Drew Sidora is the new housewife, right?
Oh,
What
she
I'm not understanding, explain to me how this makes you a housewife. When you were on this sitcom, The Game, and you were in the TLC movie and you played Left Eye, explain to me how that is a housewife. And then you coming in with the foolishness of a man that cheats, but yet you don't let him cheat in peace. I don't have time for that.
Is she the one who said that her husband disappeared for 3 days and
Yeah.
she didn't know where? Oh,
Then we have Latoya. Oh, go.
But I'm saying, why tell us he disappeared for 3 days? What did you do yourself? Did you stay at home and pamper yourself, or did you also disappear? Were you down at the club also trying to get a hookup or something? Like, so you're telling us he disappeared so that what? We put him in a milk carton to try and find him?
yeah. There were no repercussions, and like it seems like she still doesn't know where he went for 3 days. At this point, I don't care where he went for 3 days.
Okay, so the next one, Latoya London. If I wanted to watch you on YouTube, I would, and I don't. So why would I want to watch you on Real Housewives of Atlanta?
That's fair.
Valid.
Oh,
I'm just
That's
saying.
fair.
What does she do on YouTube?
She's a vlogger. No, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Her man is cute. He's like, oh, he's cute like a Pomeranian. Oh, cute. Do I want him? No. Next one. Now it's the dragon time. We'll start with Cynthia. Cynthia, why are you not fired yet? I don't find you interesting. You are the perfect model. Beautiful, but I never want to hear what you have to say. I don't care what you do. I don't care about Mike. I don't care about those children. I don't care about that wedding. If you want, I don't need fake storyline and foolishness. Get married 10, 10, 20. I mean, didn't you do a wedding that was like 777 or 999 and you divorced the first time? Hopefully this time works. Next one, Candy. Candy gonna have me curse her out this season. She really trying me. Candy gonna have me curse her out this season. Okay. I thought there was nothing more annoying than your mother. I thought, out of every mother on reality television, Mama Joyce holds a special place in my heart when I don't curse out elderly women. But for your mother, I would have to take that off the table. But this season, you want to talk about now that we talk about that, we're going to go into Candy and this block storyline. This storyline it doesn't matter to me. Because at the end of the day, you know that man is trifling and he's not going to pay it. So either let him go to jail or shut up about it. I don't have time for, oh, if he don't give me the 100,000, I can't put my child through college. And then now all of a sudden, Todd and Riley get along. And then are we going to talk about Riley and the nose job she got this season, or is that still your child?
Wait, did she get it already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, on the show?
I don't know when she got it on the show.
Because she still looks a little fluffy, and I thought that she like went on this like get fit thing and then she went to New York and got it. I don't know.
But and then
I couldn't tell the difference.
Candy is a fool. There will be no way we got a pandemic going on because I know NYU. You can't go into the classrooms. There will be no way I will be paying a teenager to stay in New York with $5,000 rent because she don't want to be at home and she don't want to be. There will be no way. She could be in the second home on their property. She must be out of her mind, sitting here letting that child come over here for school and the school's not even open.
Well, she's sharing the apartment with Todd's oldest daughter, so Candy paying for both of them up there. So might as well
Debbie,
send
it doesn't matter. She can take the money and use it now to pay for school instead of giving us this whole storyline that she's not doing anything about the ex.
We've seen Candy waste her money all of the seasons that she's been on this show. So why stop now?
I mean, I don't mind her wasting it, but
she needs to stop complaining about it then. Waste it in silence.
I agree with that.
Then we're going on. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. Who's next? How many girls are there?
It's either Portia or Kenya or Tanya.
Oh.
And Marlo.
Okay, we're going to go to Marlo. Marlo, I know Nene's not on the show anymore, but that was too much. That was too much. That was stage production too much. Marlo, you was on a 10. We needed you to be on a 2. Too much. Like, I like you for what you give, Marlo. Scamming and fashion. Stick to your lane. Now, if you want to sit here and sell us some, you want to tell us all the Versace and Chanel that you done scam off of rich men, and you know, Pius kept, Marlo would do well on the Fans Only, but she won't do it. If you want to do that and you want to have bedazzled, you know, head things or whatever, we cool with you, Marlo. But if it's not scamming and fashion, we don't want it. Now, Tanya, you need to get married. Like, and I'm not trying to say that to shame you, but like, you either need to get married or you need to call that man a roommate. Because after 10 years, I mean, what do we call that? Like, there's no reason to be engaged for 10 years, sweetheart.
They're roommates.
It's a fellowship.
Yeah, they're roommates. That's not a relationship.
They're not even roommates, Debbie. They're fellowshipping over here. It's a fellowship. Let's just move on.
Then we get to Portia. Portia, sweetheart. I know I said this on Fan Show. I realize you're activism and you want to do more for your community, but I can't have somebody who didn't know the Underground Railroads thinking it was a railroad like New York, New Jersey Transit be my activist. I just can't do that.
I totally agree with you.
I do. I can't have you be my activist.
But you don't think she could like grow and evolve and come into her activism?
Would you want Catherine from Southern Charm being your activist? Because that's the same thing.
Oh, God. I was trying to give her a chance. She's come so far.
She has come so far, but she does not need to be the activist.
But she's the only one willing to get arrested. None of them other heifers are going to do it.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother story. But you know, I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I'm not gonna like that storyline because while I agree we could put some attention on it, it can go left or it can go right, and somehow on this show it always goes left.
I hope they show more of the cell phone video.
Yeah.
I hope they show that. Of them, like the reaction from the authorities of them going out and protesting. That was very interesting.
But you know what? We're gonna give her some credit. Come on. I guess you came far. Shout out to her. Next thing. Warning. Kenya Moore fans. Warning. See, this is why you can't feel bad for Kenya. Just when I was starting to grow a heart for you, you gave it all away.
When were you growing a heart for her?
I was like, yo, now it wasn't last season because I was tickled to death when Ken and Mark were going at it. That was hilarious. But they did us dirty because they didn't show us.
I love Ken.
But anyways, Kenya Moore is going to be her messy self. And this is the thing I don't understand about Kenya. First of all, I actually liked her confession look. Let's build her up a bit. I liked her confessional look.
Which one? The yellow one shoulder or the strapless African print?
I like the yellow one shoulder, but the African print was beautiful as well.
Yeah, she did that up.
It was beautiful as well. I'm not going to shame her. We're going to say Kenya's a beautiful woman. Kenya, you know what? We got to give her credit too. Kenya is two different sizes. When she's filming, she had gained the 30 pounds, and when she went in the room, she lost it. So we're going to give her credit. However, I find it real interesting, Kenya, saying that because wasn't she reading Phaedra Marks for Phil, talking about you're obese. How do you have a fitness routine? How have the mighty fall? And then you was dragging her for her husband and losing her husband and, sitting there playing with him, telling, oh, I would never be with a criminal. Well, sweetheart, look at what you with. You with a man who you haven't met his parents. He has children that you haven't met. Because that's what you wanted to say. That he don't take care of. So you know he was an ancient daddy when you got pregnant by him. You should have not been so upset with Phaedra Park said. Because it seems like to me, you should rather have your pizza, your cold drink, and your sperm rather than losing half your money and time with your daughter. That's what I would think. Now, I agree. Brooklyn is cute. And I agree, Nene shouldn't have come over there and tell everybody that you used an egg for your child, allegedly. Because you're not going to get me to believe no 50-year-old woman, eggs was nice and juicy to have no child. You're not going to get me to believe that. I don't believe it with her. I don't believe it with Janet Jackson. Y'all not going to get me to believe that foolishness. But Mark is, too much of a Mitch. So it wouldn't work out because y'all both. He's a Mitch, you're another word, and it couldn't work out like that. I just think, I really pray you really stop being nasty, especially with people's relationships. I hope you and Mark can get a divorce, and I really do hope that you don't lose all your money to him because that man is nasty.
Gatatua, I'm going to drop you down for a second and bring up someone else who's in the backstage, okay? So hold on.
So, Jamal, what do you think?
Hi, Simone.
Hi.
No lies were told there. I think, like I said before, and I stand by this, Kenya should have seen a divorce lawyer before she got married. So that's just all I got for her. Hey, Debbie, I have a bad echo. Can you drop me down?
Okay, hold on.
Hi, Simone. What do you want to talk about?
Hi. Okay, so with the Atlanta premiere, I can admit it was a little bit sleepy, but it wasn't like as bad. I saw a lot of people on social media complaining about how it was heavy on Black Lives Matter. I think people forgot that this is a Black cast in a Black city. That was the epicenter of the protest because there are 2 active cases going on. So that's going to be something discussed. What did they expect for them to film?
Mm-hmm. I didn't mind the Black Lives Matter storyline. I didn't. I think it should be on television as much as possible. And that's was probably the only part of this episode that I took a real interest to because it showed some growth and development with Portia taking this seriously, and then Marlo. I just love her mess.
Marlo.
Yeah, but the rest of it was snooze.
Marlo with the joke about Cynthia's internet. You got Metro. I said, stop.
And the measuring tape. Oh, good Lord. She looked like she was working at like some, I don't know, the local Walmart taking temperatures.
At least someone's taking the virus seriously.
I don't know. Is anything serious with Marlo? But it was cute.
So what did you think about the episode? I thought it was very boring and lackluster.
Yeah, it was really dull. I mean, the only parts I like about it were Portia and the footage of her being like protesting in Kentucky, but really everything else was just boring. I mean, we got Candy complaining about Block not paying her child support. It's just like, how many times do we have to hear about it? Like, I understand Block is a deadbeat dad. Riley, she's over at this point. If he wants to help pay for college, then that's the least it can do. But how much longer are you trying to make this a storyline?
Yeah, like she's played this twice before, hasn't she?
Do you think though that like they were so quick to get rid of Nene, and I think that's going to bite them in the end because I don't think they all realize that we've gone storyline with them. Like there's nothing else with these women.
I think it's going to show in the numbers because really the only interesting storyline there is Portia. And we already know they're going to stretch out Strippergate or as long as they can because that's the only thing going on.
Well, but they're going to have, I think they're going to have more of a problem because they're not able to keep anybody since Kenya.
That is true. And also with the new people they're bringing in, they don't really know them. You know, I have a little bit of hope with Drew because people have said that she does bring a lot for the show. LaToya, she's kind of like a flip-flopper, so we're going to see that. So I don't know.
Had they started filming while still negotiating with Nene, thinking that they could get her to come back?
Yeah.
And it really is telling in what they're giving us in this first episode. I think this season is going to be not worth it. I think it's just going to be shit.
But like,
that's the honest truth.
I don't think Nene should come back.
Me either.
And it's not because I hate Nene. It's just because I just think that they should have gotten. I think they should have been the last season with them all and like had a really big cast and then like exit people out.
That's a true thing because they're 13 seasons into this show. And I feel like Nene needs the break to humble herself because the last couple of seasons she has not been great on camera. And with this season, we're just seeing a repeat with storylines. And it's just like you're bringing in people like they barely know. And that's the same thing with a lot of these other franchises where they're just bringing in as many people trying to save the ships before they sink. It's just like, how much longer do you think you can keep this going before you have to do a whole rebrand of this cast?
How these two new women that are coming in, Drew and LaToya. So Cynthia said that she's connected to Drew from LA. Who's connected to LaToya?
LaToya met Candy through YouTube because LaToya is really big on YouTube. She has a very successful family channel, over 1 million subscribers. So when Candy started doing YouTube, she got in touch with LaToya since she moved to the area. And so that's how people first met her. So she's going to be entering the group through Candy.
Okay. Oh.
But LaToya's a mess because LaToya has
basically, yeah.
She has a husband named Adam, and
had a husband.
Well, no, they're not divorced.
I thought they were getting divorced.
They're like kissing up now.
Wait, this is the one that had the break. Like she ragged out her husband online.
Yes, that's the
On
guy.
IG Live.
He's the reason
On IG
why
Live.
that. Yes, he's the reason why she's the front of the show because he wouldn't allow her to film the kids.
Whoa, whoa.
Are those both his kids?
Yeah, all three of them are his kids.
Oh, 3 now? When I saw her last time, she had 2. Okay.
No, they got 3. Yeah, the youngest is like 1.
But yeah, she's from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
What is she again? She's something.
She's Trinidadian.
Trinidadian. And he's?
He's Nigerian.
Yeah.
Interesting. But she only met her on YouTube, so then she's not even a real friend. And did Cynthia just meet Drew since she's been living in LA with Mike?
Well, Drew knew Cynthia from Ralph and Mike working together. And Drew moved to Atlanta last year, and she was at the Bailey wine cellar when Cynthia got engaged.
So nobody's real friends.
Oh, they never are. They never are.
But I'm saying, like, in Atlanta, we need somebody who's going to read the girls for filth. We don't have anybody who will.
They're going to need to bring back Phaedra.
I don't think that's going to happen. As long as Candy on the show, that's not happening.
True.
If they bring back Phaedra, you have to bring back Apollo. And then you have to bring his new. And then that would
be interesting.
Then you have Candy has a problem. Apollo has a problem. And then you know what? Cynthia can stay if we bring back Peter. When she I was so mad.
But Bobby, don't forget. Then if you bring back Phaedra, Portia gonna have a problem.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We're good.
Yeah, I thought that they were friends again.
They'll be friends. They'll be friends until Phaedra comes back on the show, and that storyline comes back up. Yep. Don't discount it.
Okay, but no, I mean, not Portia. I used to love Peter. Let me tell you something. Even though I don't like men getting in female business, Peter used to be reading the girls down. His mouth was so slick. He should have given the peach to Peter and let Cynthia been the scraps.
Oh my God.
We've been said that though. We've been said that. We could let's swap out Peter for Cynthia. We'd be cool.
Because Peter used to be reading the girls down. And if Mark would be on the show, I think it would be interesting. Warning, Kenya Moore fans, warning. Because it would be it. Because I think Kenya has had the ability to check other people in their relationship and not have any scrutiny on hers.
That is true.
But his restaurant is closed. Why isn't he down there?
Oh, he closed the restaurant?
No, because when they're filming now, like, aren't the restaurants closed in New York at this time frame?
No,
they're still open.
They were takeout and they were takeout only. So takeout and delivery.
Well, he might as well close those. Who wants takeout and delivery from his restaurant? I don't see why he couldn't make more of an appearance.
Because he knows. Warning. He's married to Kenya Moore. And would you want to, if you had the option to stay in New York and have a restaurant or go with Kenya Moore, which one would you choose?
But what about the little baby?
He got 2 kids that Kenya Moore alleged, warning, that he don't take care of.
Oh my God.
Because that was a read. He was like, how is he with his other kids? Like, I'd rather not talk. And then
I saw that and I was just like,
she knew not to talk about it because if she did, the baby mom would have came on Twitter and clapped back.
But then too, Kenya, I mean, I don't understand. I understand why she picked Mark because Mark is fine. Let's call it what it is. But I don't really think she thought this out well.
She didn't. And I think it came from her in a position because a lot of women go through this. They put the career as their main baby and they get to their late 30s, early 40s, and they want to have the family and they have terrible relationships that fell through, and she probably decided this is the one person that actually accepts me for me, and just jumped the broom and got married and got the baby.
But then what's Portia's problem?
Portia, I don't know. I feel she got the baby from Dennis and she's done.
Although we like to read Kenya, well, the reason why she didn't pick Atlanta man is because Atlanta has a certain stigma to it. Nonetheless,
yeah, that's true.
Didn't Portia was married to Cordell? Their relationship was
boy.
Ashley. Hey, Cordell, how you doing? How you doing, Cordell? Parks down in the Atlanta area.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But anyway, she was married to Cordell. Then she had like the slew of men. Every season she was like a little Carly Red. Every season she had a new man. Then she sat here and the ugliest man she was with. Remember, then she bought the house that had all the kids' furniture. Remember that? That was crazy. And then had a child with Dennis when it was reported that he was for the community. He was spreading it wide, throwing it down, all up and down the Waffle House, taking pictures with
Not the Waffle House.
Oh my god.
Not the Waffle House. Don't do Waffle House like that.
Yes. Then she had a baby with him. And then Eva was reading her for filth with her child.
Oh my god.
What's her problem?
Well, I think Portia has something that Kenya doesn't. Portia has time. She's still young. She can
Portia's
still
36.
right, but she could still viably have another child. So there's room to find another man, whereas time ran out for Kenya. And I think she jumped into this Mark situation without doing the proper legal work to protect herself and protect her child, because time was really running out.
Okay. Then
Did Kenya and Mark have a prenup?
No.
She said no.
Oh, she rushed in.
So then
there it is.
If okay, warning Kenya Moore fans.
Oh my god.
Why did she date? What was the other guy she dated? His name? The one that was tearing up her house.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah.
No,
Then
Matt.
why did she date Matt?
Young sperm.
Yep.
But old eggs.
Well, don't forget, allegedly she went to the fertility clinic in Barbados that actually does donor eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So she had two options if one of her eggs, the one that's left, was dust.
I just think about Angela when you said the I always thought that night woman told her alive just for the camera.
I believe so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring back up Gatatua while she still has a connection, and we're going to do last thoughts and wind this up because I know poor Jamal is probably pissed. Okay, so final thoughts, Ablavi.
Final thoughts. I'm not going to be watching the Potomac. I'm going to go to Atlanta season 4. I'm just gonna skim through episode 2 and 3. And I enjoy 90 Day Fiance, but that's another day.
Okay. My dear Simone. Final thoughts?
So final thoughts on Potomac. I'm glad the season is over. I already know how this reunion is going to be. We're not going to get into the meat and potatoes till episode 2 or 3. And with regards to this cast, I feel like, honestly, Monique or Candace has to go. I feel like Ashley is going to step away after everything that went down with Michael in the finale and use the baby as an excuse because she is due around the time that they'll start filming again. Everybody else, I'm kind of tired of.
I like that. All right. Okay, so hopefully we'll see you here next week. Hopefully. Bye, my love.
Bye.
Bye. Gatatua, final thoughts.
Um, sorry, the African gods and the ancestors have known that I have been terrible today, so they're trying to sabotage me. But regardless, we move forward.
Yes.
I think I want to see more of Kenya's double chin, so maybe I'll just wait for those parts because it gives me joy to know that I can she can have a double chin and mine is less than hers. It is giving me joy. It is making me happy in
Aw.
life. It
I'm
has made
glad.
me feel accomplished.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who took joy in seeing the fluffier versions of these ladies.
Yeah. Then if Potomac doesn't bring anything during the reunion, I am sending juju to everyone here.
Ooh.
Warning. I'm just saying. Cause the little brain cells I have left, they can't. You cannot betray them like that. No, we
Aw.
refuse. So we need action and more drama to go in.
Well,
Um,
I'm hoping that we do get some sort of action.
maybe I should ask Jamal a question because I haven't watched the 90 Day Fiancé thing because I in my mind I was like I'm not gonna watch it. Is it worth
Mhm.
it, Jamal?
I watched it. I was like, this is interesting. These couples are
Mhm.
very interesting. Like, especially
Yeah.
the girl who was a dancer from Russia and she's
Oh,
moving to the farm.
Julia. Julia,
Julia
yeah.
and the mom was like, well, hopefully she'll be open to like pitching in and helping us like do some chores. I'm like, that's gonna be funny. I'm gonna watch that.
Or
I'm
what
definitely
about
gonna watch that.
calling the gynecologist to get her on birth control? That was invasive.
Mm,
That
Yeah,
So,
that was
that
yeah.
the mother
wow.
is not ready to be having babies around her house. So
The
if
girl hadn't even landed in the States yet, and she was setting her up
No,
with the gynecologist.
I really don't love that lady. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like, if you're a mail order bride, I need to make sure you're not about to leave me with a whole lot of mess. So I love her. So because of that, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm going this. I am putting my trust in the both of you. In case of anything, I'll be back. And trust you me, I'll
Well,
come back with my African auntie.
don't worry. I will fight you with all that the Caribbean has to offer. So there you go.
I'm
But
glad.
no, I'm holding out hope for Jovi, and whatever his girlfriend, the girl from Ukraine, and the farm boy, and Julia. I think they're going to be the two good ones.
So yeah, I'll watch that. Is there anything
Mhm.
else to watch? Because I don't think am I really watching Salt Lake City anymore? Because it not only does it lull me to sleep, but it also gives me nightmare in the same breath. So I don't know whether I want to involve myself in such uh, activities. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
But I am waiting for Melbourne. I'm waiting for my people of South Africa. I'm
Uh-huh.
waiting for Vancouver because damn, those people are just awesome.
Oh my God. Well,
I'm
we're
watching. Go ahead.
no, we're still continuing on with Johannesburg and with Vancouver. I don't think we fit in anyone else lately, have we, Jamal?
Um, I just to fill the time, I've started watching Melbourne from the beginning again, but that's just me.
Oh, God, how are you doing it? I feel like such a loser.
Oh,
Um,
because basically Melbourne place replaces the OC,
okay.
but we don't have to do Melbourne. Melbourne is just for me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No,
All right.
we added Johannesburg and Vancouver only, but Melbourne is just for me.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get it together eventually.
Yeah,
So, all
so
right.
it's always a good time with you guys. So hopefully I'll catch you
Well,
the next one, and my internet is going to be behaving correctly. Like now I look like we actually live in the jungle, and I'm on top of a tree trying to get connection.
Oh my God. As usual, it's always a joy, Gata Tour, and we'll see you tomorrow, I hope.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Okay, Jamal, another show down. I'm sorry we ran long, but we'll try to do better tomorrow.
Cool, no worries. But this was
Any
fun.
final
Like I
thoughts?
said, like I'm just not paying real. I'm not gonna. I'll watch Atlanta, but I won't really pay attention until about episode 5. So
Episode
yeah,
5.
that's pretty much where I stand. Episode 5, I'll start really paying attention. Because yeah, okay, no, I don't need to see like Bailey again. I don't need to see Candy whining again. I don't need to. I don't need to see Kenya whining about Mark again. There's a lot of agains with this cast, so that's why I'm kind of not really paying attention.
Yeah, and it's preventable again. Like, why didn't you fix it the first time? Oh, well.
Exactly.
All right, my friend. Till tomorrow.
All right.
Bye,
Yes.
everybody.